What starts with M and ends with erage? Miscarriage. What's up, weirdos? Thanks again for visiting the channel. As always, I appreciate it. If this is your first time to the channel, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the content. My name is Scott. My pronouns are thee, thy, and thou. And I identify as Snow Owl Meerkat. Please don't dead name me. I don't know what that means, but it sounds scary. What the hell, Scott? Where's the Raikou? Well, I just want to let you guys know, real quick, after I do the review on the Raikou, I am going to be doing a very, very special unveiling here. This is something that I got from River's Edge Cutlery today. I wasn't sure if it was going to be here in time, so I figured I'd do this video. I got everything set up, and then my wife told me that the mail was here, so I'm really excited. I'm not going to be doing unboxings anymore, guys. Nobody really pays that much attention to unboxings. Not that many people watch them, and the people that do only watch them for a minute or two. So there's really, I don't see any point in doing unboxings anymore. What I'm going to do is, I'm just going to do, if I have like a knife to review or just some kind of an off-topic thing or whatever, I will do that, and then after that part of the video, I'll do an unboxing, in the hopes that that will possibly increase some of the watch time of my videos, you know, so that you can get quality rather than quantity. So we are doing a quick review today of the Null Knives Raikou. So Null Knives is a company that was started a little while ago. I believe they've released 3 knives so far. There was the Raiden, this is the Raikou, and I can't remember the name of the third knife that they released, but I think it was, yeah, I can't remember. I'm not even going to try to say. I'll look it up. I'll link Null Knives down in the description of this video. After you watch the video, if you want to look into these guys, they do not. I don't think they have anything currently available, but they do releases periodically. But this is something my buddy Ian sent to me to take a look at. I haven't been able to take a look at any Null Knives recently or at all. So this is the first Null Knives I've been able to handle, and I really, really like their quality, their fit and finish, their production, the blade profile. Everything that they do with this knife is really, really good. But we will get into that a little bit more here. Overall, this guy it's definitely a full-size knife. It's not exactly a huge knife. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd say about 8 inches overall. Maybe a hair shy, like 7.8 or something like that. But it's close to 8 inches long. You've got a blade length here, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to say 3.25 for the cutting edge and about 3.5 overall. You have a flat ground blade here, which is absolutely gorgeous. You can see that. You can see the grind lines there. I like the way they do kind of like a contrasting grind on the flat there. You've got kind of a horizontal grind there, and then you've got a swedge which also has the vertical grind lines as well. And you also have a fuller here. I don't know if you want to call that a fuller, just an opening hole or an opening groove, but that obviously is on both ends of, or both sides of the blade here. You do have a nice thumb area here where you can choke up a little bit and just get a little bit more control over the knife. This is great with pinch grips. And what else can I tell you about the blade here? A little bit of jimping up on the thumb area here. Nice jimping, not too aggressive, but I like that harpoon notch there. You guys know how I feel about harpoon notches if you've been watching this channel for any length of time. Let's get the entire handle here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 inches, I'm going to say, for the handle. So yeah, I'm going to call this about an 8-inch knife. Like I said, it's just a hair shy from 8 inches. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Let me give you some size comparisons here real quick, which actually I put all my knives away. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, compared to the Rat Model 1. The Rat Model 1 is going to be just a hair longer than this guy, around maybe 5 hairs. And the Rat Model 2 is going to be just a little bit shorter than the Raikou here. Very good overall carry EDC length, in my opinion. Sorry I'm having trouble talking today, guys. The RSCAM K1G2, Doug Ritter's version of the Benchmade Grid Pillion. A little bit longer than the Raikou. And the 8020.5 obviously is going to be just a little bit shorter than the Raikou. And last but certainly not least, we've got the Spyderco knives. The Paramilitary 2 is going to be just a little bit longer than this guy. And the Para 3 obviously is going to be nowhere near as long as the Raikou. Carry profile, let's see here, thickness compared to the Para 3. This guy is not too thick. It's a little bit thicker than the Para 3, but not too much thicker. I'd say you can see here how they've kind of contoured these edges here, so it does appear that it's just a little bit thicker than the Para 3, but not by much. I would say maybe 3 or 4 millimeters. And the height compared to this knife, obviously this is going to be nowhere near as tall as the Paramilitary, as the Para 3. So pretty good carry profile on this guy for sure. Let's get you a height and weight here. Make sure my scale is zeroed out. I think this was a sub 5 ounce, but I could be wrong. Yeah, 3.8 ounces, which is very light. Very light for this knife. I don't know if this is a little bit heavier maybe because it's got zirconium accents on it, but I'll go over that in just a few minutes here. But 3.8 ounces for this knife overall with the aftermarket hardware. Yeah, 3.8 ounces. Let's get you a blade stock thickness. Excuse me, I'm sorry. That was gross. Okay. Ooh, that's all dusty. Make sure we're zeroed out here. 133 thousandths, 135 thousandths, somewhere around there, ballpark. Yeah, I was on the flat there. So 135 thousandths isn't too bad for this knife, I wouldn't say. Definitely a good blade stock for this, especially with this aggressive flat ground blade here. The bevel looks fantastic. There's no issues with the edge at all. Very sticky. You do not have a finger choil here, but there definitely is a sharpening choil. I like the way they've profile this handle here. I like the way it drops down a little bit. It gives you a little bit more gripitude, not gripitude, but a little bit better ergonomics here down by the pinky and the ring finger. The ring finger and the index finger fit very well into this little groove here. And like I said before, when you're completely locked into this knife, you have a really nice area here to rest your thumb, give you plenty of control and plenty of, I don't want to say this is a super grippy knife, but the way you lock into it, I wouldn't use it in the Vaseline factory, but it's very ergonomically profiled to fit very well into your hand. And I absolutely love this blade shape. There's no blade play up, down, left, or right. See if we're centered here or not. I believe we are. Yeah, we're centered. And then, what else was there? These thumb holes here, these thumb grooves, those work really well. You can either use it for the reverse flick, or you can use it for the thumb flick, I believe. Yeah, that works really well. Thumb studs work really great for the thumb flick and for the reverse flick. There is no flipper on this guy, but you do have a front flipper, which I can, if I can do it. Yeah. Front flippers are not very easy for me. This is not a very comfortable one for me, but I am able to do it. So I'd say anybody that doesn't have a problem with front flipping would have no problem with this knife whatsoever. I've done it 3 times so far. Yep, 4 times without failing. That's pretty good for me. 4 out of 4 is really good for me. As you can see, you've got a zirconium pivot here, which originally that was just bronze anodized titanium, just like these handle screws here. The back spacer itself with all my fingerprints on it. Let me get a cloth to wipe that off so you can see how nice that looks. Zirconium is really nice. My only issue with it is how much it fingerprints and kind of gunks up. I don't really like that so much, but it is what it is. You know, if it's a showpiece that you keep, like, you know, in a case or something, then that's totally understandable. You've also got a zirconium pocket clip here as well, and zirconium thumb studs, which he bought for this knife. The pocket screws obviously are T8s, as you can see, and I believe the pivot screws are T8s as well. I did try to take this apart to put the bronze accented titanium hardware back on it just to see how it would look with that, but I used a rag to get into the T8 screw here on the pivot, and I was able to get in there just fine, and kind of use back and forth pressure to make sure that I was all the way into the hole. That's what she said. And I tried as hard as I was willing to try on zirconium pivots to get those fuckers to back out, but I just could not get them to budge. So I didn't want to mess with it anymore. I didn't want to fuck up his screws. I didn't want to, you know, give him any nicks or anything inside the screw well there, or the bit well or anything like that. So I didn't push it too hard. That's what he said. And I wanted to make sure I didn't hurt it. So I wasn't able to take this apart, Ian, and redo the hardware, but it is what it is. It's a beautiful knife. I don't think I really need to see it with the bronze hardware on it. I'm certainly going to get one of these guys. It's a really good size. It works really well. The action on it is fantastic. And I really like the way they gave you access to the lock bar here as well. They do have it milled just a little bit lower than the lock bar. And as you can see there, you've got some texturing on that lock bar. Very nice texturing. Makes it very easy to get in there, push it to the side, and let the blade drop back down. As you can see, it is pretty much, I don't want to call it drop shut, but it's so smooth. The action on this guy, I don't get this kind of action on a lot of the knives that I have, and I have a lot of really expensive knives. I don't know if this is how it was right out of the box, or if Ian puts some skiffs on it or whatever, but it is a very smooth knife. You know, you can tell that there was a lot that went into the planning process of this knife. You do have a steel stop pin right here. I'll give you the view of that engaged. Sorry, I messed up the flick there. So you can see here that the tang of the blade is engaged to the lock bar here. And when you close the blade, it hits back up underneath the blade there. Not sure if you can see that, but I hope you can. And just, I also love the way they dropped it down in the back here. So making it swell a little bit down here for your fingers and drop a little here for your palm just makes it very comfortable to carry this knife. As you can see, my hand is pretty much eclipsing the entire knife almost. But the handle itself, like I said, you can't choke up on it. But it is still very comfortable. And you can choke up just a tiny bit. I just wouldn't do it too much. I don't want to get too close to the butt of that blade there. I really like the texturing on the pivot as well. That gives it a little bit more of a pop to it. And I really enjoy these lines, just the way they did the lines on the knife, that they kind of milled down here. I'll give you a close-up shot of this whole thing so that you can see that. The blade's a little gunky. I forgot to clean it off. I apologize. But yeah, you can see all the milling here on the handles. Just done very well in my opinion. And I like the way they did the pocket clip as well. It's got a little bit of a kind of a curve to it, a little swoop. And then you just have that little hump down there. Don't have anything to contend with in the pocket, so that should slide in there just fine. And it does. This goes in and out of the pocket fairly easily. I wouldn't say the easiest knife in the world to put in your pocket and take back out, but it's not difficult either. You can see their little logo there, Null Knives. I don't think there's anything on the inside the zirconium backspacer. No, there's not. You do have a steel lock bar insert here. And there is no lock stick on this guy whatsoever. The D10 is fantastic. It's not too hard for the reverse flick, and it works just fine for all other deployment methods. I don't know if you can front or top flip this guy. No, you can't top flip it. That hurt a little bit. Let's see where we're locking up here. So we are locking up at about 35%, maybe 30%. So that's pretty good lockup as well. I already said no blade play one way or the other. There's no pivot lash or anything like that. Yeah, this is a really good knife, guys. I am definitely going to be getting one of these. I absolutely want to get a Raiden. I wanted that one for quite some time. Was it the Voodoo? I think the third one they released was the Voodoo. Well, the second one they released was the Voodoo. Maybe they released the Voodoo first. Was it Voodoo, then Raiden, then Raikou? I can't remember. But those are the three knives that they've released. But I think... I don't know. I don't think I need to say anything else about this guy. I like this knife a lot. I'm going to be getting one. And I probably will end up selling it at some point when I fondle it enough. But yeah. So keep an eye out for that. I'll probably get a different variant though. I prefer micarta over titanium if I can get it. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's the weight saving or just the fact that micarta is a little bit warmer, a little bit softer than titanium. I don't know. And I don't know why I do that all the time. But my wife says it's a little cringe. But I don't pay attention when she says that because I think that kind of language is stupid. Okay, so let's do this quick unveiling here because I am dying to see this fucking knife. Just breathe. Okay, here we go, guys. I'm sure you can see by the box, it's probably going to be something a little spicy. A little spicy. Oh my god. This is the last OTF that I will ever probably buy intentionally to keep in my collection forever. So let's let's see it, guys. Let's see what we got. Microtech Signature Series. I'm not going to show you the tag. It is made in America, though. You can see by the silver box, people get confused by the, was that made in China? No, it wasn't made in China. Sorry, was that made in China? Okay, so as you can see, OTF. I need to smoke a little bit. I'm super excited. Okay. Not blow the smoke on the camera. I'm so excited. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Breathe. Breathe. Oh my god. Look at that. Oh, this chassis is awesome. Oh my god. So you've got, oh my god, you've got obviously an aluminum chassis here. And this is the Apocalyptic CAMO, I believe is what they called it, with frag pattern milling into the aluminum. You've got what looks like, gosh, T10 screws there. They don't have their proprietary screws, which is nice. The slide is nice and biffy. Little wider, I think, than a normal. Well, maybe not. No, it feels about the same. You don't have the gunk, the crud cutter, whatever the little lines in there. But I think that's just for the Scarab 2. I love the way the milling on this looks, and I love the way the finish on this thing looks, guys. Holy shit. Okay, this was not an inexpensive knife, guys. Serial number 494, date of birth 9/20/23. So this is, wow, this is almost a year old. Signature there on the pocket clip, which I love the way they make these pocket clips look. I would rather they not just use regular, I don't know if this is titanium or steel. I believe it's steel. And then you've got your big, gigantic, fucking gaudy costume jewelry size glass breaker here, which fantastic, great. Oh god, I love this finish, guys. Okay, are you ready to see the blade? Because excited as I am about the handle, I'm excited about the blade. This is gonna be fucking crazy. Oh god. Okay, I'll give you a little sneak peek. Look how close that fucking thing is. Oh, that's insane. All right, guys. Moment of truth. Oh, God. God. Oh, it's almost like this is sharpened up here. I didn't realize that. It looks like a broken sword. It looks like a broken, like somebody took a samurai knife or a samurai sword and fucking drilled holes into it, and a fuller's fucking gigantic, massive, extremely aggressive thumb studs, and fucking cut them into it, and just fucking took a hammer, like tink, tink. Oh, guys. Okay, so this is the HELLHOUND RAZER. The HELLHOUND RAZER. I like it. I like it a lot. Ooh, that action is a little bit smoother, a little bit more smooth than a regular combat TROODON. TROODON. Let me find it. There we go. So, combat TROODON. Exactly the same size. exactly the same width, exactly the same thickness, exactly the same dimensions. God, that's beautiful. So yeah, as you can see, exact same size. This one is a little bit harder to deploy. It's definitely stiffer coming back. It's definitely stiffer disengaging the blade than it is deploying it. Jesus Christ. Oh God, I love this knife. Okay, so I'm selling this one, by the way, in case anybody wants this. It's $450. It is a signature series. I paid $700 for it, so $250 off is pretty good. Or is that $300? $450, $700. Yeah, it's $250. My math was off last time. Thanks to a commenter, he let me know. He's like, "You're off by $100, dumbass." So yeah, if anybody wants this knife, it's more than happy to sell it to you. I will, send you the PayPal link, and you can buy this if you want for $450. But not this one. This one's staying with me. This is fucking nuts. Oh man, that's cool, man. So you've got a 4-inch blade here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, just about a 4-inch blade, just shy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5.5 inches for the handle. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9.5-inch knife overall. Same as the Combat TROODON, but I absolutely love this finish here. Let me give you a close-up of the whole fucking thing. So there's that massive, ridiculous blade, and then that gorgeous Apocalyptic frag handle. Apocalyptic camo frag handle. And I love the way they contoured this. Jesus. This feels like it has more contouring on it than a regular TROODON does. Yeah, everything on this is just a little bit more aggressive than it is on the TROODON, I think. Yeah, maybe it's just the extra milling. I don't know, but I fucking love this. I fucking love this. Oh man, this is super cool. Yeah, this is staying in my collection for the rest of my life. I'll be buried with this fucking thing. This is so fucking cool. Oh, that's such a big blade. Yeah, okay, sorry. I was showing you earlier and then I stopped. Oh God, I love this thing. It's such a nice knife. Okay, that's everything, guys. I can even disengage it with my index finger. Wow. Okay. I've done a review on my Combat TROODON, but this has enough of a different blade that I just want to show it off some more. So yeah, I'm probably gonna end up doing that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. I'd appreciate that. And stay up, weirdos. Take it easy. Bye.